What's up, everybody? It's your boy Alex Doerflinger. I hope you're all having a beautiful, amazing, wonderful, fantastic Friday. And we are here to bring you positivity, self-care, and help you find the most best and authentic version of yourself. And today we are talking about procrastination.
I don't claim to be the creator, but I'm a savior. I take the strange variables of human life and make something out of the crazy quilt that saves.
So, I'm sure we've all done it at some point in our lives, whether you were in school or just in general. We have procrastinating, and procrastinating is putting off a task you don't like or don't want to do because of multiple reasons, and we'll get into that in a little bit, but usually it's just putting something off until the very last moment, until you absolutely 100% need to. Also, just a quick side note update from last week is the reason why I didn't post was because I was just really busy that Friday, so I am posting this Friday. We are back on regular posting schedule, but also a quick side note, as you can see over here, I'm in the process of moving out, so yeah, there's a lot going on right here. Me and the homie are moving in a little bit here, so yeah, just quick update. So if I don't post Friday, that's the reason why, but let's get back to the rest of the video. So the first thing I want to get out of the way is that procrastination is like, think of it as like a habit, right? And the reason why is because if you think of procrastination as a bad habit, then you can take the steps to initially break down procrastination and just get started on the task. But yeah, so think of it as a habit and not like a problem or chronic disease or something like that. It is a habit, and it's not a very helpful habit. But there is one thing though that is interesting, is that it's proven that procrastination is actually a form of like your body's defense system to ward off stress, but literally all you're doing is putting off until it becomes inevitable to the point where you either have to do it or you get nothing turned in, you don't get that task done. And a lot of it, so people like who are neurodivergent actually have something similar to procrastination, but it's basically like people who are neurodivergent just have a general hard time just starting a task in general and getting it started. And so it's not like we don't have the energy to do it, but we feel like we don't have the energy to do it, so we don't want to do it. It just takes a lot more for us to get a task started than to actually get it done. And so that's why a lot of people who have messy rooms, for example, have a hard time getting it started, because they know it's important, they want to get it done, but they keep putting off, and there's just like this barrier that just kind of like pushes on you to not want to do it. Alright, now into how procrastination is formed. So usually procrastination comes from a few different things. One of them is extreme stress, or like boredom could be another one, and it's just because you're doing a task that either you're not too enthused about, or you're just like, oh, I have time, I want to have fun, I don't want to do it right now, and then you keep putting it off and putting it off, and so it gets closer and closer, and so it builds up on that stress a little bit. But in the meantime, while you're having fun, at least you're not stressed out, but you should really just get started on the task in general. Other forms of procrastination are fear of dread or fear of incompetence, and basically not living up to your standards or your full potential. And so that's why a lot of times people don't put things off as well, is because of those reasons. Alright, now we're on to how to cure procrastination. And honestly, your best friend for curing procrastination is to just get started on it. Just get the task done. Like it's a lot easier to get a task done once you actually start on it. And it's actually been proven in scientific studies that if you actually just get started on a task instead of putting it off, like you see it, you're like, okay, let me set aside some time on this day or this week or whatever, and set aside time and actually just get started on doing it. And a lot of things that I've helped, I'm not recommending anybody do without medical advice, but when I want to do chores, because I don't like chores, I will smoke some weed, and then I will, get chores done while listening to some music I enjoy, and that usually helps a lot, because once I get started into the task, it's just gonna get done once I'm into it. But that's just the main thing, is just do it. Like Nike says, just do it. But as I've said, yes, so doing procrastination is a form of short-term like stress relief, but you just need to get it done and just get started. And a lot of us also, a lot of it is internal work that you need to do on yourself, because a lot of us are too harsh on ourselves. We judge ourselves too harshly. We talk to ourselves too harshly. And so there's this quote, and it was like, if I talked to my friends the way I talk to myself, I wouldn't have any friends. And the bottom line is, you need to learn to love yourself and be not so hard on yourself. See, procrastination sucks, but you just gotta be like, okay, I just gotta do better tomorrow. And work on being a better person in general, not for just yourself, but for other people too. Because if you can be on your word about what you're gonna do and actually get it done, it shows a lot more, because words are useless unless followed by action. Because words don't have meaning, but actions do. So you can learn a lot more about a person's action than by what they actually say. And so also just don't be hard on yourself, you know, because there's a lot of work that you probably need to do, and that's okay. But everyone starts somewhere, and it just takes one step at a time to just break it down slowly and slowly improve in your life. Well, that's all I have for y'all. So stay legendary, stay beautiful, I'll see you on the next adventure.